Hello, good evening, happy Friday. This is Stephanie from Steph's Tarot Interpretations. I hope everyone's doing well. I had a question. I have a couple of questions, but one that I'm sure is on everybody's mind right now, other than Roe versus Wade, well, just everything, the war in Ukraine, is the gas prices. The gasoline prices are just, in 2 weeks, they just went up 50 cents around where I'm at. And I don't understand why, if we've already tapped into our reserves. President Biden, it's not Biden, it's Biden, has already lessened the amount of, I believe, ethanol that's being required to be put into gasoline for the summertime. So I'm curious to see, why are the prices still rising? We have been getting oil from Russia, but it's not our main source by, I think it was only a couple of, like maybe 7%, 5 to 7%, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, there might be other areas around the world, well, there definitely were, Europe, that were getting their supply from that. Is it, I don't know. I'd love to know. My question is really, why are the gasoline prices so high, and why does it seem like they're still climbing? Why are the gasoline prices so high right now? Why are the gasoline prices so high and seem to be getting higher? Why are the gasoline prices so high? Why are the gasoline prices so high? Why are the gasoline prices so high? More shuffle. Why are the gasoline prices so high? Let's cut the deck and see what we get here. Okay, so card number 1 is the Queen of Wands. That's in the past, and she is a woman of action, a woman of thought, a woman of plans. It's interesting. Queen of Wands. Very smart, very intelligent. She's a doer. She gets things accomplished. It's strange to me that for this question, Queen of Wands, maybe, she's of mobility too, about mobility, of movement, of getting things done and stuff, and that, okay. Our economy, all of our economies had slowed down because of COVID, and we have just started picking up again, even though COVID is still rearing its ugly head, but vaccinations are working. Fairly good majority of people have been vaccinated, and people are trying to get things, get back to normal, whatever the new normal is going to be. People are missing the old normal, and they just want to start doing things. And I believe that that's what this is signifying. It's just like, okay, people want to start getting things done again, going out, seeing people, visiting, traveling, things that we haven't been able to do over the past couple of years. And I think because it's the queen, could be the king too. It's like the overall feeling of the need for movement and to do things and to spend money and get back to normal. So for the present, oh, okay, now we have the King of Wands. Okay. Why are they going up? Why are the prices getting higher? Also symbolizes growth. Wands symbolize growth. And the growth in demand. And I believe I read somewhere too that I think Trump had ordered, I think it was Trump, but there was a limit put or established on the amount of oil generated or drilled up, for lack of a better term. And I think that's supposed to also end. But I think now, see, and this isn't the King of Pentacles either, where we're talking money. Although I did seen the news that there are record profits being made by the gasoline corporations, like no kidding. But if we're having that much of a difficult time getting oil, I mean, it's supposed to be supply and demand, but as usual, there's companies and people that are just going to do price gouging. But this is not the King of Wands. And they're a doer. So they're doing it because they can. The prices are rising. The prices on gasoline are rising because no one's stopping them. It's not, there's no, I mean, yeah, okay, we have the war. Other countries in Europe are finding other sources other than Russia for their heating oil, and although we're getting to spring and getting closer to summertime, they need oil in order to produce gasoline. But actually, this kind of leads into my second question: is like, when is it going to come down, and when is someone going to do something to make the gas prices go down? And he is the leader, and right now he's leader of doing things, of producing, of getting things done, and he's in control. And the prices are going up because they can. He can get away with having them go up. Whatever. Could be also lack of workers or whatever. But having, I just remember 2008 were the last time, like the price of oil per barrel of oil was anywhere near $200. We were flirting with $3, not $5, and it's less than per gallon of gas. And right now it's less than I believe it's less than 200, and we're now at $5. Why? What happened? Why? Are they making up for uh, what they lost due to COVID? Or they probably are, and probably trying to get as much cream off the top of it as they possibly can too, because gas prices plummeted because of COVID. No one was driving, so they had excess of oil that they didn't need, and now they're not. And there is a supply and demand issue. There is more need for it, but the expense hasn't gone up. If they're having record profits, there's something. It's definitely out of balance. Maybe they need to raise prices, but not to the point that they need to, that they have right now. And so, okay, in the future, well, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Actually, tens mean the end of a cycle, the finale of you've reached your pinnacle, and there'll be endings and new beginnings will be coming. And so, future, we've got lots of money. There's a celebration. It's not the everyday family or person that's trying to that has to drive to work for a living. Although, too, granted, there's a lot of people that are working hybrid. I am one of them, thankfully. But this is just like money just flowing in. So it tells me that this is going to be happening still in the future to come. It's just money to be made. Pentacles also mean resources. So it could be maybe more oil will become available or whatever, but and to me also seeing all this money, I mean, it's money coming into the companies, and a lot of money is just coming out of people's pockets, and that is not going to do very well for the economy and for people that are going back to work. They want to take vacations and stuff like that. They're going to have to start cutting back. Plus the fact we also had interest rates that are have been risen twice, and I'm not sure. I kind of agree with an astrologer out there that had said pretty much like the inflation the interest rate increases to help combat inflation. This is a totally different inflation. It doesn't have anything to do with like it has before in the past, with definitely supply and demand. This is a pandemic. We had a pandemic. We're at war. We've had so many different changes that interest rates are not necessarily going to help combat inflation. And also, too, the increase in interest rates, in my opinion, will only give more reason for the gas companies and all the other companies to raise their prices also, because if they need more product or whatever, the cost of borrowing is more, so they're going to pass that cost along to the consumers as well. And I don't think that I don't think it's going to be very helpful. I think it's going to hurt even more. It's going to hurt. It's not going to slow the inflation. It might it might cripple the economy, because people won't be able to buy things, and it might have an opposite effect. But that's my opinion. This is all my opinion for entertainment purposes only. But money is coming in. But again, 10 symbolize the end of a cycle. We're at the end. Money's coming in, resources are coming in, and a new cycle will begin. And let's see what clarifier says. There's a lot of wands. Okay, so right now we have the Page of Wands. So we have someone, okay, that is taking the first step to get things accomplished, to perhaps get this rectified, or maybe the gas prices to be dropped a bit. There's messages going forth, back and forth. There's discussion. Pages are about messages, and like they're the first line. They're like the messenger. They get the message, and now they're bringing it forth to actually the knight to present it. But they are ones with messages. And this, I believe, is discussion about trying to get those the prices down. There is something that is going on, and that is being discussed, and hopefully something will come out of those discussions sooner rather than later. Wow, lots of wands. Okay, so now this is Three of Pentacles, waiting for your ship to come in. You have a plan. Plans have already been set, have already been finalized and everything. Now you're just waiting for it all to come to fruition. So perhaps that's what this page is telling us, is that, okay. And also with the Ten of Pentacles, that it isn't the end of the cycle. They've been able to raise the prices. Currently they are. In the future, and they've been able to get away with it. In the future, it's coming to an end. There is a page, not a page, but there are discussions, messages going back and forth. There are discussions about the price of gasoline, and that we need to do something about it. And the discussions have led up to a plan. So now we're waiting for that plan to come to fruition. So things have been worked on, and perhaps this king also, I mean, wands are plans, wands are projects, wands are getting things done. But this is the present, and right now we do not know what's in the future, what the future holds, when it holds, and everything. All I know is that for the present, the King of Wands came up, and I'm looking at it as being, okay, this is the oil companies themselves. They're doing it. They're raising prices because they can right now, with no oversight, nobody's pulling them back or whatever. But the clarifiers are telling me, though, it is coming to the end, because there are people that are talking about getting them to stop. And this is a plan. We're just waiting for it to, whatever was put into play, for it to finally start to work. One more. Okay, this is a sword. But wow. This is the Six of Swords. So now this means moving out of troubled waters, moving in from a rough patch to calmer seas, to a new beginning. Swords are also mean communication, and we shall hear information regarding what's going to be happening soon, and we will be getting past this time of high gas prices. It won't be because we're going to start buying from Russia again. That has nothing. That won't be it. But it has to do with the leaders of the countries, and I'm going to call it countries because it's happening all over the world. They're particularly in America too. I mean, each country has their own way of handling things too. But United States, people tend to, well, people are greedy just no matter what. But the oversight doesn't really start to happen until things really start getting bad. But anyway, we will be seeing ourselves getting out of a difficult position and moving into calmer seas, meaning the prices will be lower. Not sure how much longer it will be before that. I don't think the Six of Swords means 6 months, but maybe 6 weeks. But it is going to happen. So we can look forward to the prices of gasoline going down. So pretty much they went up. The excuse was Russia. Part of it also, there was a limit on production, but the price of gasoline started going down just a little bit, and I think that was after the announcement of the United States going to be using their oil reserves to help with the cost. There were several states that were playing with the idea of cutting back on their gasoline tax, which helps fund roads and everything. And in my state, they talked about it, did nothing with it, and it was like, gee, thank you. But something is in the works, so that is good to see for everybody. So I hope you got something out of that reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for tuning in and becoming subscribers. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye now.